Minnie, my sweetheart, right there. There she is.
Hold up. Hey. Oh my goodness, you be thinking we.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Here he.
Still one of my all-time favorites. Did I wake you up, Ivan? As soon as I started yelling the mic, you were like, whoa.
Yeah. I'm good.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another Park Hoppin live on a Monday. Thank you so much for being here. We've got Ivan from Park Hoppin. We got Krista over there from Park Hoppin. We got Vosh from T3PO in the house. Man, you've been crushing it over there, man. Doing early morning streams, afternoon streams, this and that, and articles. What the heck?
It's pretty wild. I was hosting the pro show yesterday. Last week as well. So it's crazy.
Look at that. If there's no Vosh, I am out. I agree.
Whoa!
I agree. I'm out too. That's what I think. Hello, everybody in the chat. We got Keenan saying hi to Krista, Can Man, Cappy Nova. Cappy Nova. Why does that name sound familiar? Is that Krista's cousin?
No.
Okay. No. Doug, Icanalus, Stephen Brown. So many of you coming in before we continue. There's got to be somebody out there with a TikTok account that's not following Park Hoppin. We just need 3 more. We'd love to get it while we're on the show. I know TikTok isn't everyone's cup of tea around here, but maybe you just have an account just to watch stuff. Just give us a follow. Just 3 of us in this chat. We're going to pin the comment, see if we can hit 10K. Once you hit 10K, then TikTok begins to pay us to post. So that means we can go to more places. Right?
Yeah, I'm currently. Oh, I am. Well, I have TikTok open right now and I keep refreshing. So yes, we literally need 3 more followers. So please, Jay wants that TikTok coin.
That's right. That's right.
Follow us so we could become monetized.
I want to go hang out with Vosh. You know, come on. That's how it is. Anyway, we got some interesting news of the day. I titled this stream, Jaws is taking over Universal. I freaking love it. I have never been happier. I was at Islands of Adventure yesterday during Father's Day on a Sunday, and the Jaws sippers, they were like totally gone. I asked them, I was like, are we getting any more? He go, we don't know. They could be gone for good. So I was lucky enough to get one. There's a funny story on how me and Krista got that. Were you there, Ivan? Yes.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Did I tell this story already?
No.
I don't know. But let me tell. Vosh hasn't heard it. Look at that. Just subbed on TikTok. Let's go.
Thank you.
Does it show up, Krista? Is there now 2 more left?
No, it's the same.
Oh.
I'm trying to refresh too. It's not moving.
You guys have broke. I bet we've crossed it. Anyway, that's Krista's hand, not mine. But that's
Don't
the
lie.
sipper right there. That's not. So listen, you're not going to believe this. It was Ivan's last day in Orlando. And me and Krista was like, we got to go have dinner with him, man. We got to go hang out. Of course. So you were at Epic that day?
Yeah, I was coming from.
And I was like, all right, we're going to meet you at City Walk for dinner. Right? And he said, perfect. So I was like, all right, Chris, I'm going to pick you up. We're going to go to City Walk. We're going to hang out with Ivan, Sensei Paul, RJ, who's in the chat. He was going to hang out with us. The only person we were missing was Vosh. I know he was going to try to fly in just for dinner and leave. Couldn't make that happen. We get to the park, and I'm like, I need to get one of these sippers. We go to like City Walk, all sold out. And then people were like, there might be one on the inside. The park closes in what, 15 minutes?
Oh, snap.
It was like 15 minutes, Krista, was it?
Oh, yeah. Wow. It was on closing hour. Yeah.
So we go in and I'm like, all right, you go that way. I go this way. You go this way. I go that way. So we split up. I let Krista alone. Never do that. But I left her alone. She went to one store. I booked with RJ all the way to the other end of the park. And they're like, oh, we just sold out. And we're like, no. So we go this way, that. Then this person goes, go ask a manager in the big store where Krista was at. So we met Krista. Park is pretty much shut down for the day. And poor Ivan's waiting to eat at the restaurant, doesn't know where we are, thinks that we left him, scared. He was nervous. He didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So we went into a manager and they go, all right, look, let me go check and see what's in the back. The dude comes out with 2 bubble wrapped, like not on display sippers. And he goes, do you want them both? I was like, yes. So I got one for me and one for my brother, one for the video. And that was that.
Nice.
So then we're like, yeah, it was pretty cool. Those things are awesome, by the way. That the tank screws into the mouth so it doesn't separate.
Oh wow.
So it's like it's done really well. Look at that. Just followed on TikTok. I don't know about TikTok, but TikTok's where it's at, man. But thank you.
We are 2 away now. Only 2 away.
Yeah, 2 away. It shows me 2.
Well, if those were 2 that just followed, it's probably gonna refresh and be 1 more. Let's hope for the best. But anyway, I want to show this before we continue. And if we hit it, we'll do a quick celebration. But this is what's going on in Hollywood, correct? This is the Hollywood.
Yeah, this is in Hollywood. I was there yesterday, but this is some other person's clip right here.
Yeah, so this is Quint. This is awesome, man.
Oh, they just grabbed him from the movie.
It's so cool. He's just hanging out by the shark, taking
quickly.
Yeah, so they're just hanging out there. They're waiting for people to come in and interact with them. They have a little queue ready there too.
There's Chief Brody. Now we have them here in Orlando. They're in the parade.
Oh yeah.
So they're not walking out yet, but celebrating its 50th. I gotta be honest with you. I didn't even know you guys had a hanging shark in Hollywood, or did they just bring this out for?
We do. They have it. They usually keep it like in storage or in the back lot. They brought it out for the back lot thing for the 60th anniversary last year, but this is the first time in like years that they bring it to the upper lot, like the area where everybody's at. This is by Waterworld, close to the entrance. So personally, I hope they keep this out after this summer event.
Yeah, they used to have this shark actually on permanent display for many years, up until the Simpsons / Wizarding World kind of update, and then the area in which that occupied was obviously occupied by those attractions and enhancements and so forth. So they moved this, I believe, like you said, Ivan, to the back lot where the Jaws kind of pull through is for the tram or Universal Studio Tour. So to see this back in action is really cool. But to see it with these characters as part of Universal Mega Movie Summer, really awesome stuff.
I mean, they're doing it right. But do we have breaking news, Krista?
I was just about to say, I didn't want to interrupt, but if you don't mind sharing my screen.
Oh, we got it. 10K.
Woo!
Jay's happy.
Fantastic.
Big money, Jay.
That's it.
We actually don't know. We don't know how the payout works, but we're excited to find out.
All I have to say is Krista has single-handedly the first person in Geeks and Gamers history to not only get the Instagram to 10K and get that monetized, she has now got the TikTok to 10K and probably monetized.
Hopefully.
First time in Geeks and Gamers history. And it's
Crazy.
Park Hoppin. So I'm glad I had a little part in that because some of my videos went a little viral.
I think most of the viral videos are of you, which is my ultimate goal, essentially.
To everyone out there.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yes.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna be one of those rude people that go live on TikTok in the park. and just shove the camera in everyone's face. So
Ooh,
everyone
I
can
don't
play.
know.
I'm
I
just
don't know
kidding.
I don't know if we'll go live on TikTok. I don't know how that might be, but
Oh, I'm doing it.
mm.
We're doing both. I'll go live on YouTube and it'll be like, go join Krista live on TikTok. She's doing her thing. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
We got it.
We'll figure it out. But congratulations, Krista. That was awesome.
Yeah, that's
Finally.
thanks to you guys in the chat. Thank you all very much. We really appreciate it.
Pretty awesome. Now back to Jaws, something that Krista's, you have seen this movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm going to drag you to the theaters to
Howdy,
watch
folks.
it.
Cheap Brody here. I'm here at Amity Island. Normally, Amity does mean friendship. Unfortunately, right now, we have a problem, a shark problem. Now, this is a 22.5-foot shark, but there's a bigger one out there. A real man-eater, a killer. All we have to do is hire Quint, pay him 10 grand, which sounds like a lot of money, but we can raise it. Mayor Vaughn spends more than that on his cheap suits. So if we put all that towards Captain Quint, he can go out there and take care of the shark.
I love it, dude. More of this, please. Like, I freaking love this. This is a win. And after the reception for the Back to the Future, it's like, I hope that tells Universal, like, we love this stuff, man. Like, this stuff is freaking cool. Like,
you can tell they have a passion for the classics.
Exactly, man. It's very cool. It's very cool. Anyway, that's I hope they do a lot more. What's next on the docket? E.T. You guys don't have an E.T. ride anymore in Hollywood, correct?
No.
It's the Mummy.
It's gone, huh? Well,
Right ride, wrong building, unfortunately.
Universal's doing things like that with nostalgia, and unfortunately, Disney is doing something a little different. September 1st will be the last day to experience the Boneyard at Disney's Animal Kingdom. The area will permanently close on September 2nd to make way for Tropical America's construction. I got to tell you, even though I only walked through this when they reopened it for COVID because it's for little kids. I have no business being in there. But when they reopened it after COVID, there was not a soul in there. And I asked the worker, I was like, can I walk through this? Because I want to see it. And parents go through it all the time. This was, if you guys have never seen it, hands down, the greatest playground for children on any Disney property, unless there's one in Disneyland, I don't know. This was the great, I mean, it's massive. It starts on one side. You get in there, there's a bunch of slides. There's a bunch of things you could dig up, dinosaur bones, and then you can climb up ladders and ropes and stuff. And they have like this swinging bridge that takes you to a huge area on the other side where there's all kinds of stuff for them to do. I'm actually sad to see this go. I had wondered if they were going to close this thing down and just keep it up because they've got playgrounds. They got playgrounds at Epcot, but they stink, man. They're in the sun.
Yeah.
It's like
it's not that big either. It's very tiny.
Yes, exactly. This is definitely a place you could just like dump your kid off, you know, and let them run till they get tired. And they had this awesome area for like the parents or guardians to sit in the shade with fans and things like that. They also have like a lot of places where the youngsters can get water and you can fill up your water bottle. This was the perfect playground for any theme park. I haven't been through Isle of Burke. I've only seen it. That looks pretty awesome. But I am sad. Like the only way we're going to record the last day, like we'll have to strap like a recorder to Krista and let her run through there because I can't fit. I can't fit in the tunnels, number one. Yes, Dan, you could actually climb trees there.
That's all he cares about.
Yeah. Playgrounds are such a lost art for Disney. Yeah, I agree. Thank you for the member message. Also, my 11-year-old, yes, thank you, Krista. My 11-year-old niece loved the Boneyard when visiting Animal Kingdom years ago. This is probably equivalent to the Grizzly River area in DCA. I don't know what that is.
They have
It's
a
the
playground.
Redwood. Good.
Oh no, you go ahead, Bash.
It's the Redwood Creek Challenge Trail area. It's the area just adjacent to like a Grizzly River run over there, next to maybe Little Mermaid, tucked away right in between that and maybe the Grand Californian Hotel. I don't know how they differ in scale between this and Redwood Creek Challenge Trail area, but I look at something like this and I go, what is there really for kids to do in this theme park now with Chester and Hester's area down, now with the, expanded dinosaur area down, this play area down? I mean, what does Animal Kingdom have left for kids other than just animal walkthroughs? I really can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Look at this. And the guy who wants to climb trees, Dan Vass, says, here's 10 gifted memberships. Well, every time Dan uploads a video, he hears this from across America.
Thank you, Dan.
GJJ is here, said 100%. What we were talking about earlier. Thank you. And Keenan member message says, Hail Krista, Jay, Ivan, and Vosh.
Thank you.
All caps.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What's up? Yeah, so this is what they're turning it into if you didn't know. Oh, look, we got a new video dropping this week. Well, there you go.
I'm excited.
So this is the Indiana Jones, Coco Spectacular, I guess. That's what's coming. And that is a massive... expansion. Is this the... is this where Dinosaur is right now currently? Or is that over here?
I think it's by the upper.
It's by the temple because Indiana Jones is supposed to be the replacement for Dinosaur officially. Yeah.
So it'll be this one. Okay. So if that's Dinosaur. All right. So I'm trying to get my bearings. So you would walk in here. The Boneyard Playground would be here. And
yes, roughly.
Because it had a bridge that brought you over to this giant section over here. This is a dining hall. Maybe that's going to stay the same. We can get food.
Restaurantosaurus, I believe.
Correct. And then this was the circus area where you could pay money to try to win animals. It had the dinosaur Dumbo ride, which was right around here. And this was another one of their shops. So boy, that's going to be a lot of money to create if it ends up looking like this. That's for sure.
Well, I have sources that suggest that they're not going to be paying as much money as you would think.
Really?
The reason we know that is because Josh Giamaro actually came back with a note for the Imagineers in this area saying that it can't just look like it's these buildings are repainted. It has to look a little more substantial. So at one point in the construction or development stages of this project, apparently they did just look like they were just repainted. So I know they're going to be using as much of the pre-existing infrastructure as possible. That includes Dinosaur and Restaurantosaurus in that area. But hopefully this will be a substantive expansion project for this park because it desperately needs it. And to be honest, there hasn't really been any Latin American representation previously in this park. You have Africa, you have Asia, but to have kind of a Latin America area, I think will be welcomed. But we all are kind of waiting on the quality of this edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be an interesting thing. And with that going on, we go back to Universal, and they have just filed permits for an expansion. Now, this is a video. We won't watch the whole thing. This was put up by Theme Park Shark. And I know that Park Place has an article on this as well. But we'll get into a little bit of what looks like could be some of the expansion. Already, Epic Universe just opened. And they're already let's just do some more while we're at it.
Regarding new projects at Epic Universe in today's news update. Epic Universe officially grand opened just last month. And while the park has been quietly finishing smaller projects, like landscaping, pathway improvements, and more, there have also been dozens of new permits submitted to the city of Orlando for upcoming work as well. For the past few weeks, there have been around a dozen or so notices of commencement for new signage to be installed at Epic Universe. and countless more that simply
I
list
could pause it whenever if you guys want to comment on anything that they say. So don't.
the vague professional services as the type of work to be done. But it's a couple of new permits for an entirely new project number that may be the most interesting. Known in documents as Project 915, one permit describes the work as 40,178 square feet in size. That permit says it will be for new building construction, including but not limited to relocating existing utilities, installing new utilities, site grading, and foundation for a new building. A second permit simply lists the work as for vertical construction.
Okay, what are we thinking here?
Well, we have been documenting lots of rumors associated with Epic Universe and its proposed Phase 2, perhaps even Phase 3 expansions. We had shared an article actually a couple weeks ago titled, I believe it was written by Theme Park Wizard, who contributed for the site, and he was suggesting that the permits they were filing, the notice of commencement that is, were suggesting that the areas around Super Nintendo World were being developed, and we were thinking maybe that might have to do with Zelda or Luigi's Mansion. We've been hearing a lot about that. In Alicia Stella's video right there, it brings up this photo, this expansion pad between kind of the entrance of Epic Universe and the show buildings for Super Nintendo World itself. There's a lot of land that could be developed here, and that's the thing you'll note about this is they didn't, Universal didn't decide to pave a lot of this. They decided to leave it, basically as dirt in order so that they could develop foundations and put down construction materials and everything associated with these construction projects as quickly as possible. So we're anticipating that within maybe the first 3 to 4 years, we might have not only just one, but two expansions to this very, very young theme park.
That is like Luigi's Mansion.
Yes.
That sounds cool, but I think Zelda's more of a possibility, a higher possibility because of the merch that they already sell and the fact that it's like another huge IP that they could throw in there. And also the fact that if we're looking for this to open in the next 2-3 years, I mean, that's around the time when the live action Legend of Zelda movie drops. And we already had, the How to Train Your Dragon live action movie release, and that was around the same time that Epic opened with the brand new theme park of Isla Burke. So I think that Universal is doing a trend here with that, and it's honestly a smart move.
And Super Mario Brothers, actually, that film opened and coincided with the opening of the Hollywood version of Super Nintendo World. Mm-hmm. So there is definitely a correlation there, and they are trying to kind of capitalize on these dual releases, let's say. The only thing that would give me pause about Zelda is apparently Universal Creative has submitted multiple plans for Zelda themed expansions to Epic Universe and other places around Universal Orlando Resort, and they have been rejected every single time. So I don't know why that might be the case, but that is the only reason why those things might be delayed. Although I agree with you, Krista, I think there are amazing opportunities for that franchise, for that world to be incorporated into their existing parks.
So
Another
that's
thing.
Sorry, Krista, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna also just add I could also see possibly Pokemon as another IP that they could add.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the rumor is Pokemon's going to take over the Simpsons land over at Universal. That would be huge. I think a lot of people think they would invigorate Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
Have people go to the park to play Pokemon. Anyway, let's continue.
Project soon. The leading theory for the location of Project 915 is the expansion pad located between Super Nintendo World and the park's entry area.
This is just a rumor theory. Nobody really knows. Just heads up. This isn't a fact, just so people are wondering.
The square footage listed in the permits seem to line up with this space, which is seen here in this aerial photo by BioReconstruct as a cleared plot of land backstage, with a connection directly to Celestial Park. From inside the park, what appears to be a temporary wall with a backstage gate can be seen blocking the view of this expansion pad. It can be spotted directly across the path from the Atlantic full-service restaurant. This plot of land was originally rumored to be home to a future parade building years ago, but newer permit drawings now show future parade buildings coming to the back of the park, including one behind Dark Universe. Newer rumors.
Future parade buildings? Someone help me out here.
Yes. So the rumor for a while there was that one of these plots of land was actually going to be used for a parade building that would have housed a parade for Epic Universe. It seems that that same building is still on the table.
Parade building?
It's a storage structure for a parade, right? Because every single parade needs to be stored somewhere.
That's what I was wondering. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like code word for ride or something. I was like, okay.
Yes. And so that parade is still on the table. That parade structure is still on the table, but it might be moved to the rear of the park, and that area open up for even more expansion for any of these plans.
Oh man, see, Isle of Berk, Super Nintendo, Dark Universe, Harry Potter parade. That's pretty cool, man.
Rumors for this new expansion are for some sort of multi-purpose soundstage or theater structure to be built, which would add a new event venue to Celestial Park. However, these may be guesses based on older rumors, and we won't be certain until more permit documents are filed or work starts. With a little over 40,000 square feet to work with, they have enough room to build any of the existing sound stages at Universal Studios Florida with plenty of room to spare. One of the two Project 915 permits lists the project as 30,337 square feet, so maybe that will be the actual building's footprint, leaving 40,000 as the measurement for the entire work site. So far, the only visible change to this site in the last couple weeks appears to be the removal of portable offices that were originally located at the back of this plot.
Oh, wow.
As we can see when comparing an older aerial photo to one taken just a couple days ago. With permits for vertical construction already starting to post, it may not be long until we see movement on Project 915. And hopefully then we'll get more answers.
I love how they call it Project 915 is on its way.
915 on its way.
I'll keep going.
Okay.
Phase 2 project that we do have answers on is for the two new combined dining locations on the other side of the front of the park. Known in permits as Project 914, there are now signs on all of the doors for this new restaurant. The signs say, "A galaxy of flavors and culinary delights are coming in 2026. If you happen to have caught my...
So when I was at the park, walking literally by that empty restaurant, I overheard a VIP tour guide say that's gonna be Italian. So I don't know if that's still gonna, just do what you want with that information.
Flavors.
Or I mean, if it's not that, it might be like Mexican or some kind of Latin cuisine.
Yes, my favorite Italian Mexican restaurant.
Mixed together.
Yeah.
I want tacos
Honestly,
and spaghetti. Let's go.
that might work. Galaxy mixed together.
Hey, you know what? That's a good point.
A recent vlog from inside of Epic Universe, you already know that rumors have had this new dining location opening as soon as January of next year. But now we know for sure that it will not be until then at the soonest. Team members working at Epic Universe have confirmed that they believe it will feature two entrances, one for an Italian eatery and the other for a Mexican restaurant.
Hey, Ivan called it, man.
There you go. I called it before leaving.
Tacos and spaghetti. Let's go. I'm ready.
Fantastic. I was
But that could change as we get closer to an official announcement. With the Project 914 dining location wrapping up and Project 915 about to begin, the only other active new project for Epic Universe has been Project 375. This ongoing smaller project has been reported to be for modifications to some of the seats on some of the attractions.
Oh no, modifications of the seats?
Remember I brought this up
Yes.
a couple of streams ago?
Is that
They're going to change the seats.
It looks like it's only going to affect Car 6. So it's
On
kind of
this
like
ride?
Yes, on Stardust Racers. It looks like it's kind of like a Tron kind concept where you have only
For
a portion.
fat people.
Plus size individuals.
Plus size individuals.
You
I'm
know,
gonna
They're
start
doing
using
it.
that.
They're doing it. Look, Vosh is trying to be so nice, and here I'm wrecking his. Dan Vass says it's for the fats.
Dan says it how it is.
I saw a few people turned away when they were testing the seat.
I know I haven't
Yeah.
ridden it yet because I'm scared that
No, you should be fine. You should be fine.
I'm gonna get the walk of shame. All I'm
looks like
saying
they're-
is, theme parks, put the tester seats in the front before you get in line. Freaking SeaWorld got their tester seats like mid-line. So you could be waiting an hour, then you get up to the tester seat and go, well, you're not going to make it, buddy. So it's like, what are you doing?
Terrible.
Did you fit on Curse of the Werewolf?
Yeah.
So you'll be fine on this one.
All right. All right. So yeah,
If I could,
go ahead, Vosh.
if I could show something very, very quickly, I want to go ahead
Absolutely.
and just expand on that expansion point for just 1 second. This was a notice of commencement that Theme Park Wizard was actually able to acquire. You can see that the name of the contractor is Falcon's Attractions. This is the permit in roughly that area that was provided by Reconstruct earlier in this segment and in that video that we were just watching before. And Falcon's Attractions is very interesting because they do work in like the interactive space, like interactive attractions, which would be consistent with a Nintendo-based dark ride. But they also just recently acquired Oceaneering Entertainment Systems, which is notable because Oceaneering Entertainment Systems were the ones responsible for like the scoop vehicles that you see on Spider-Man or the recent Beijing version of Jurassic World. And I believe they also did some audio animatronics as well for that specific attraction. So we have a lot of movement here in this specific space, and a lot of dots that are showing up in these specific expansion pads. The other expansion I think that Universal might want to pursue is to Dark Universe itself. I believe we've remarked before on the show that it's one of the smaller lands and could use with more attractions. Apparently, the Creature from the Black Lagoon boat ride is the one that keeps popping up consistently. So definitely watch this space.
I gotta what they really need is more rides that people can go on when it rains.
Right.
That just is kind of
Or it's when it's really hot.
Yes. Yeah. Or shows and things like that. Because if every land as of right now though, every land has an attraction that's indoors. You have the Mario Kart ride that's indoors.
Mm-hmm.
You have Monsters Unchained, that's indoors. You have Ministry of Magic, that's indoors. And you have, I guess, the only thing in Isle of Burke is the show, which is indoors too. So maybe that's...
we're talking like, what, 4 or 5, maybe 6 attractions at most, outside of restaurants and eateries and so forth. So I think they do want to expand maybe the number of options available for when it rains, but also too, this park does have some missing elements, like a boat ride that people can get wet on, but not soaked, right?
Well, that's an Isle of Burke.
Yes, but that attraction, like you do get very, very wet, and it's not necessarily.
I guess you're saying like a Pirates of the Caribbean,
correct? Yeah,
down as bio type thing. Yeah. Gotcha. I agree. Oh man, Creature of the Black Lagoon would be awesome. Are you kidding me? Now you have all the monsters.
It was teased actually in the in-park newspaper that they have for Dark Universe. You can actually read how there's been sightings in this particular area of the Creature from the Black Lagoon, and guests might be able to board a boat type vehicle in order to go on expeditions to find him. Like it's kind of it's moving.
Yeah.
Listen, all I know is if they built a Zelda place, Crystal she'll live there, and
I'm gonna work there part-time.
Yeah.
I'll probably move there.
It's like if they build the castle, I'll be like, hey, the park's closing. Where's Krista? She snuck in some little place where they can't find her, where she could sleep. And that'll be the end of Krista on Park Hopping. Because she'll be living with Link right here. Dr. Manzors for 5. I swear if they hire a they them to walk around the park as Link, I'm gonna lose it. Well, Universal's pretty good on that. So, but yeah. Anything else on the expansion of Epic before we move on to?
For that space right there, I think the Zelda could fit on between Dark Universe and Nintendo, because I think it deserves a visit, Chris.
Thank you.
But the one from near the entrance, like that one space they highlighted, I don't think that would be Zelda. It's too small. So that's gonna be a good guess to see what it could be.
What kind of attraction would you guys like to see in a Zelda world? Like, what kind of ride would you like? Anything specific, like a style or?
Yeah. So I think that what would be cool would be one of those rides, like a similar kind of like Spider-Man and Transformers.
Oh,
and you follow, like, the way that I have this idea in my mind with it being a ride is like you're Navi and you follow Link around and you go through like different lands and such, and you see him at the end defeat Ganondorf. I think that'd be cool. And then like I think what would also be cool at the theme park is having a restaurant where it's like the Great Deku Tree and you eat inside and there's like Zelda themed food. And then, you know, within the Nintendo world where you have those wristbands, the power-up bands, you could have like Zelda themed ones. And you go around the park like looking for Korok seeds and you could connect it with the app. I think that'd be pretty neat. So clearly I've thought about this.
Yes. those are all great ideas that I'll add only.
Hire Krista.
Yeah.
Yes, hire her. Because I'll only add a stunt show. Maybe a stunt show. Universal.
Oh, that'd be cool.
A forest ride like Pirates of the Caribbean as well.
Yeah.
Would that work? I'm not a Zelda person.
It could, but I think people would want to see more action with Link. You know, they don't want to just like go through a forest, because you could have that all within the park itself already. Like you're in the forest.
What'd be an extra ride? Like at Pandora, they got the action ride.
Yeah, like the little mini boat.
And then
ride.
they got the little calm boat ride that you go through. To see more rides, please. That's what we want.
Mm-hmm. A frenetic adventure.
Exactly. Going back to Disney, we just got an announcement before we actually started, is that in Epcot the test track is coming back. I don't know if Chris, did you ever ride this ride when it was regular?
I went on with you so many times.
All right, so that's a yes. And I don't remember.
We literally have even like a photo when it takes a picture of you. Oh my gosh, Jay.
It's hard running a stream, man. Being a streamer is very hard. I forget.
Jay has dementia.
Yeah, it's coming in quick.
Okay, I have it too. Yeah, I've been on it, Jay. Yeah.
What does this mean? I hear there's a lonely brunette in this area playing the Switch 2. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you for the 5. Anyway, test track is they say buckle up for a new spin on a fan favorite attraction. Test track presents by General Motors. This attraction update will debut an all new music score. I don't even remember the last music score.
Neither do I.
As well as new scenes that highlight technology making our cars smarter and our lives more fun. If they have a little video here that they showed. It's on Instagram, so if I click, it's gonna mess up. Yep, there we go.
Let's see if I can get a copy of that.
And it didn't go through, did it? Nope, you guys didn't see nothing. Oh my gosh. Hold on.
Tabitha in chat is right. She's like, they should have turned this area into the new Cars ride instead of Rivers of America.
Yeah, I mean,
that is
you
really
would
true.
think, but Mari Barra is on the board of Disney, the CEO of General Motors. That is, she wants her General Motors representation.
Great. Now everyone's calling me names. Dementia 3PO.
Keenan.
Brian's like, good God, Jay, you losing your memory? Yeah.
To be
Listen,
fair,
I have a horrific thing that happened at Epcot, and I can't get that out of my head when I accidentally took Krista on a ride that she should never been riding, and I still feel bad about that.
Yeah.
I got the video, Jay, if you need it.
Can somebody turn the lights on?
Sure, I got it. Is this what you had in mind?
Perfect.
Hello and welcome to Test Track. This scene shows you how your car sees the world and how your vehicle is aware of its surroundings.
These 29,000 light nodes are representing LiDAR technology, which uses lasers and light bouncing back and forth off of objects so that your car can always be aware of where you are in the space. This isn't exactly what it'll look like when you're riding the attraction. It'll be more dynamic because, of course, you're flying through the scene on a car.
29,000 light nodes don't just happen overnight, so it's a very collaborative experience.
Is it 2D? Is it 3D? Is it projected? Is it emissive light? All of those things we had to blend together to have this seamless experience between all of the disciplines within our show.
Hold on, let me see. Was that the same video you had?
Is this supposed to be your?
Oh yeah,
I believe so.
Yeah, that's the same one. Thank you for bringing it up. Much better quality than mine. Than what I had up.
But didn't they have like the forest one where you had a couple of guys that were like, "Oh, like we're bringing pine trees to Test Track."
Yeah.
Like, okay. All right.
I don't know what they could like. I don't know what was wrong with the last Test Track. Like for them to like fix it, but I guess they're bringing in a new soundtrack and they're gonna add lights.
And it took an entire year.
Yeah.
The rumor was that they were going with, at least for Test Track 2.0, they were going with a Tron theme because that's where like Tron was going to be featured there, and Jam was like, no. So they still went with a lot of the plans, but obviously changed up just a bit for the final implementation. Here, I believe, if I had to guess, this was a push by General Motors to really push their EV vehicles. And, you know, now that we've seen kind of the fall off of EV sales entirely and General Motors having to switch on a dime to incorporate more gas guzzling machines into their portfolio, I think the idea behind this may have slightly shifted late into the development stage.
It's I am like I don't have dementia. I'm just wondering why this wasn't turned into an IP, since that's where they were going with everything else, you know?
Yeah. Really weird.
Oh my gosh. Eric K for 5. Jay sudden memory loss in defense for him tripping Pooh Bear lawsuit. I don't remember. Is that one of those theme park places? I didn't do nothing. You want to know something? Just the other day, a family sent me a selfie that they took in front of when Pooh fell. I did not trip him. And they're like, Jay, you've made this spot famous. Like every time we come here, we look for that spot.
It's true, because when we do pass by it, we're like, this is where it happened. Right here.
I'm gonna take a selfie when I go there with the spot.
Oh no.
I'm gonna draw something there, like on marker, like permanent. Well,
What?
I don't want to damage the park. Like I'm not gonna say that out loud, but maybe we'll just put it like a letter P. Like this is where Pooh fell on the ground.
P.
It stays. Yeah, that went I'm trying to think about Test Track. All right,
Okay.
listen. I'm
Did they-
sorry. There's somebody here. I don't know if they're on this panel or not. I'm not trying to throw anybody out. That rode on Test Track and got a group photo, and they were riding with a woman that was way too big to be in the car. And that's all I could think about now when I think about this ride. I can't believe that it wasn't me. It was somebody else. So maybe they're making the seats bigger. I don't know. But there's really nothing to improve on this ride. The only thing that they added last time was the ability to create your own car. So you go in there, you create your own car, you put it on your ticket, then they test your car with speed and brakes and everything, and then you get a score. And once the ride is over, you could then take your car and drive it on a mini track. You could dump it in. I don't know if you guys know this, and drive it on a mini track. Then it goes into a car dealership where they have all the Chevys out, where you can go see how much they cost. They've got auto dealership people there. Hey, would you like to talk about your new Chevy you're gonna buy? And like, I'm in a theme park. I don't know what's going on. Then they let you take photos in front of their concept Chevys that are coming out later. That's what this whole thing was. So it's like people wait in line to take a photo in front of like some new electronic Chevy that's not out yet or probably will never be out. That's every time I remember this, right? That's what it was. And I'm thinking, like, what do they got to fix? Like, just add a little grease here and there, and that's the end of it. But here we are. Now, this is interesting for some of us that have an annual pass. Now all I do is see the word trip and I get triggered. But thanks a lot, everybody. So they're gonna open it up for the next coming weeks for annual pass holder, DVC, Golden Oak restaurants, residents, gosh, and Club 33 members. Whoever marries Krista better be able to afford a Golden Oak resident. That's for sure. Houses start at $6 million. So
I don't even know what that is.
Those are luxury homes, luxury real estate on Walt Disney World property. So those are.
They start around $6 million.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so they're actually like, in Disney property, and they're all like mansions, and they have a special bus pick up and drop off to the parks in their community.
It sounds like an old folks place.
Oh my gosh, the homes are like, some of them look like castles, like from the parks, like 7-bedroom and all that stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
Anyway, the last concept art they showed is this one here. Anyway, test track. That's that.
The awning has been removed and the mirror as well to show the track. So very interesting designs here. It's such a fascinating attraction in Epcot lore and history, because obviously, that was the first implementation of that kind of technology. And at least when it opened back in the late 90s, it was supposed to open like 3 years or 2 years prior, and that didn't really happen. And unfortunately, it affected Disneyland because General Motors, who was the original sponsor for Test Track and was going to be the sponsor for the rocket rods, well, they pulled out because of the issues with Test Track, and well, now we don't have the People Mover anymore. Great, awesome. And GM was going to remain the sponsor up until they were bailed out by the U.S. government, and it was like, maybe we shouldn't be caught sponsoring an attraction. That's where they went with their Chevy brand, and now we get the third iteration of a building that has housed 4 different attractions now. Very interesting.
And they still have an attraction in Epcot that's been blocked off for years that had the attraction Body Wars. It's a big building back there that's abandoned, and they just put up a bunch of shrubbery to keep people from walking back there. I don't know why they won't open that up. But
it was going to be the Play Pavilion, and they spent lots of money to redo that roof there in order to get it prepared for that addition, which would have been like an interactive playground almost for kids and small children. Would have been a showcase for new technologies. Really, really kind of cool stuff, or at least that's what it sounded like. I think it was also going to have a Mickey and Friends meet and greet experience right there as well. But all of that, unfortunately, was canned following the 2020 pandemic.
Also, I think Krista needs this bag. I think she'd look great walking around with this lounge fly of a giant rooster.
I think it's sold out. The last I've heard.
Very unique.
Yeah.
This is usually the lounge flies have a certain
shape.
Yeah. They all look like backpacks. This is very.
Look at.
Hey, the chicken.
How much you want to bet this is like $100 easily? I mean, this is a different design. It's a chicken. It's hey.
Krista, can you
do a serious?
Like, how much could this possibly hold? Like, could this hold? Like, what do you think this could hold?
Probably just your wallet and phone. It's not even just like to buy this to like hold all your stuff. It's literally just for an outfit. Right? It's like, so
look at me. What kind of outfit? If you were to dress me up with this purse, what would I be wearing?
Probably a Moana attire. Like you'd be Maui, and then you'd have a chicken by your side. It's Disney adult stuff. This is what the theme parks sell now. I mean, it's cool for what it is. Like, that's pretty awesome that it's a bag, but I would personally not wear this.
Someone said, Jay, get it. What am I gonna do with that thing? This will be my new Park Hoppin book bag. I have to listen. I gotta carry raincoats, umbrellas, dude wipes, gimbals. I always get stopped by security. Chris has to wait for me, no matter what I do. Battery packs. I gotta carry. I'm the guy that carries everything. Krista can't be carrying stuff. I gotta carry everything. Not that she couldn't. I'm just saying we keep it all together, keep it all organized. She got to run around and get them shorts. You know, that's how it is. So I don't know about that bag, but I saw that you posted that and it just made me laugh.
Yeah, well, this is like kind of unrelated, and I don't know why they just don't sell this at the theme parks. I'm about to share my screen here, but this is just an Amazon exclusive. They have a Kingdom Hearts Mickey backpack of the original artwork, and this is like so cool. I actually just placed my pre-order because, again, you could only get it on Amazon, but the fact that they don't sell this at the theme park is such a missed opportunity. There's a lot of Kingdom Hearts fans, especially when you go to the theme parks. Jay will tell you every time I wear my Sora backpack, I get stopped at least 10 times.
Like, did you get that here? Where is it? And we're like, hey, take it easy. Take it easy.
I've never owned a backpack where it's been complimented as much as that backpack. So they need to start selling more Kingdom Hearts stuff at their theme parks because it makes more sense to sell it there.
Look at that. We got Wicked Virtue in the chat. So that's a beautiful bag. Oh, you talking about the chicken or Kingdom Heart? I'm pretty sure she means
probably Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's on Amazon right now available. So if anyone's interested in getting it, I'd suggest placing your order now because this is going to sell out quick.
Yeah, because people buy it and resell it quickly. For the last 10 minutes before we end the show, I do want to go over something, and I'm just curious to get everyone's take. Let's see. I've got, let's see. Let me share my screen. This was brought up, and oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. Here we go. Our friend at Clownfish TV posted this because Theme Park Bar says recession indicator theme park edition. Now, if you don't know what he's talking about, saying what it's a recession, you know, like people aren't going to the theme parks. Anytime you see this ride, this is an indicator on how busy Magic Kingdom really is. And Neon is correct. Peter Pan wait times are usually an indicator for Magic Kingdom crowd levels. This is how it's been for a lot of the days over summer that Peter Pan is posting a 40-minute, sometimes less wait time. Now, just so you guys understand, if on a slow day, Peter Pan is about 65, 70-minute wait.
Whoa.
Like on a slow day. The fact that they're posting 40 minutes is very alarming that there's not a lot of people visiting over the summer. Now, I was at Islands of Adventure yesterday on Father's Day, and I have a vlog that Park Hoppin will release when it's ready to be released. And all the wait times yesterday, and Sensei Paul is in there, I don't know if he can talk about this or not. Everything in Islands of Adventure yesterday when I ran through, we recorded, was like 5 to 10 minutes. And this is at Universal. We walked on almost everything there real quickly, except for Hagrid's. For some reason, Hagrid's was a 2-hour wait.
What?
But everything else was like 10 minutes. I don't know why that was. Maybe the entire theme park was on Hagrid's. I don't know. But I was like, good Lord, that thing is 2 hours. We literally saw 5, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Spider-Man was 10 minutes. Everything else was 10. Then we get to Hagrid's. I'm like, I said 120 minutes. And I was like, what the heck is happening with this ride? I don't know why. Yes, the Velocicoaster was 15-minute wait. And at 4 o'clock, and this was on a Sunday. It was Father's Day, mind you. So maybe people took dad out to golf or something like that. So, you know, all right. So he said, yeah, it was very light on Sunday, but it just was. And now to see wait times from the Magic Kingdom being very, very light, even on weekends, has people just decided I'm going to save my money this year? Or are they all at Epic Universe? Is that where they all are in Orlando? So are they all there? Any thoughts on?
It's difficult. It's difficult to say because we have been noticing a trend, at least at the Orlando theme parks, that people have been shifting their vacations to like, you know, the either the spring or winter months, because I think, you know, it's kind of hot over there in Orlando, and so some people have just opted to do that. And we've noticed this very slowly over the past 20 years or so. This is where I disagree with my the boss, WDW Pro, because he'll say, well, that's usually a big vacation time, and in years past it was, but that has kind of shifted and changed over the decades. But we are kind of seeing a lot more, I think, attrition than we have maybe ever seen, and that doesn't just, you know, is limited to, I should say, Disney, but also to regional theme parks as well. This is one of the major reasons why Cedar Fair and Six Flags merged, in order to kind of stop the bleeding that they were experiencing at their local parks. Now we have more parks actually closing within that chain. 27, I believe, park presidents being let go, as there's more corporate consolidation at the top in order to reduce expenditures and costs associated with managing that business. But we have noticed from everybody, not just Disney, not just Universal, not just Six Flags, but a lot of theme parks, that the wait times and the amount of spending and so forth, they've just gone down. We saw that with the earnings reports for Cedar Fair and Six Flags up until their merger, and we still see that today, in which their revenues are down and many signs that the business is weakening. So I do kind of wonder whether or not there is a larger issue at play where people are simply not maybe as enthused to go to theme parks as they once were. That could be a variety of factors, but we have seen this, I think, for sure.
And Ivan, anybody?
Well, for it might be also the Epic effect. I did see something where like the parking lots for Epic are getting a little bit more full. I don't know if that has any impact on that. You can also count in the hotel guests coming in, all the rideshare people coming in. So Epic has been getting a little bit busier on that end, and it is going to get busier. It's probably taking away some of the attention on the other parks. I think with the expansions and the additions later that are going to come to the other Universal Orlando parks, that's going to balance things out. For Disney World itself, that's crazy for it to, ever since like Epic opened, there's been a lot of like days where like the capacity is not really what do you think the Disney would expect, or anybody would expect, especially during the summer coming in. And then other than that, like for example, over here at Disneyland, on a slow day, our Peter Pan is like 30 minutes, and on a heavy day, it's like an hour. So it's kind of less, but you know, Walt Disney World's like Magic Kingdom is like the biggest visited Disney park, so it makes more sense that it's more busy over there.
Yeah, I was actually just telling this to Jay, but I was on the phone with my dad, and he told me, he was like, this is the first time that we're coming to Florida that we're not going to a Disney theme park. We're going to Epic this summer. And that's crazy. So I do know that last year when my parents came to visit me, we did go to Disney because they wanted to go back for like a day or two. And we did stay on resort as well. And we took the bus to the park. And this was during the summer, mind you, like in the dead of July. And we got right on the bus. There was no line. My mom was so shocked. She was like, I remember back in the day when we used to take you guys, like we would have to wait for the third bus to show up. We'd be all the way back in the line. We just walked right on. She's like, I've never seen it so quiet before.
The center of gravity may have already shifted.
It's possible too, because you think Magic Kingdom is about to, like, a big chunk of it's going to be blocked up. So when they build Rivers of America, we just showed Animal Kingdom. That whole quarter of the park is going to be blocked up. There's not going to be a lot. Jay, will you be my boyfriend? You just distracted me. I'm like trying to like
come in.
It just kind of anyway, and so Lost my
I
train
mean,
of
are
thought.
you gonna answer him?
Disney's Hollywood Studios also too going to be blocked up as well, like you were mentioning before when talking about these other parks, right? So you have 3 out of the 4 parks that are going to be having major construction projects within the next 3, 4, 5 years now.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
that is a lot.
You're thinking, I
Sorry,
mean,
Chris, I don't know what to say.
You're good.
I mean, it'd be nice if they had, another park. Well, no, they have to build a 5th gate at the same time. But yeah, it's just gonna be crazy over there at Walt Disney World.
Vosh is like, why do I come on this stream? Like,
Wait, read Dan's comment now.
it's nothing like. Jay, will you be my grandma? Vosh is like, what? We run a professional show where I'm at. If you want to see more professional, let's see. If I'm not. Also, if I'm correct that I think Animal Kingdom is the cheapest park to go to, I believe. Not sure. It's maybe like $5 though.
Yeah,
I'm $10 cheaper. It's not that. It's not that much, but it's going to be interesting to see because I wonder now. Once we get the census, what will happen to places like SeaWorld? We have Legoland. We have Busch Gardens. We have other theme parks in this area. As well. So
when does the Themed Entertainment Association report usually get published? Isn't it like late summer, early fall, something like that?
I think around Thanksgiving. We kind of like go through that too. So, but we'll see if people decided to like chill this year and not do anything and just, or maybe they've spent, usually I was reading somewhere where this guy was talking about like, I don't know what he called it. I want to say the rebound effect, but I think that's wrong. Where people went to Disney or Universal and they were like, my gosh, this is way too much. We're not going back the next year. So it's like after the lockdowns, people started going, they're like, oh, I'm out. Let's go on vacation. Let's go have fun. Boom, boom, boom. And it's like, this is crazy expensive. We can't do this every year. We got to do this like every 3 years instead of every year. So I don't know how it is in Disneyland or Hollywood Studios, but to see like going usually over the summer, going to any theme park on the weekend was like, nah, you just don't do that. There's no point. But
yeah. Well, I can only just say quickly that Universal Hollywood here, when I went yesterday and I've been going a little bit more often, it's packed. And they're really knocking it out with this movie, mega movie summer thing. And on Disneyland side, I mean, I feel like they could have done more for their 70th. Maybe they will on July, 17?
Yes.
After July 17, they do have the Walt Disney animatronic. But it'd be nice if maybe they do a little bit more. Like maybe what if they brought in like some characters that they haven't brought out since Disneyland opened. They could do a little bit more like Universal over here in Hollywood. But honestly, like right now, Disneyland, they had like the whole key thing, the pin key thing that they had. That was their trend a little while ago. But it's been quiet on their end. And usually right now, Universal Studios Hollywood, it's kind of they're really getting a lot of attention over here.
It's difficult to judge the attendance patterns with the Southern California parks because they're so annual pass holder based in terms of their annual attendance. I believe for Disneyland, the 75% of the annual attendance for Disneyland comes within 250 miles of the park. So that can be a little bit difficult to judge. However, I was just reading a MyShoot article earlier today suggesting that with the blockouts now in effect for many Disneylanders, at least those with Magic Keys, that is, that the parks have been feeling a lot less busy. The big thing to watch with any of these parks is revenue. How much money are they actually bringing in? And to be honest, those revenues haven't been high. I believe Disney posted, I think, one of their lowest quotings ever from the experiences division. I think last winter or fall or so. I can't remember when that exact earnings report was, but you know, that's the other thing to watch here as well. It's not just bodies in the park. It's how much money are they pulling in. And that goes for both coasts, especially West Coast, because, well, people usually have bought in for a year when they visit those theme parks.
It's going to be something to watch. So here we are, but we're going to end the show. We've hit our hour. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. And we will keep you posted. Make sure you follow us on other social medias. If when we do these panel live streams, we might do a little adjustment coming up because we want to go live more inside the parks instead of outside. So Bosch, what do you got going up and who are you as we end the show?
My name is Vash Sky, and you can find me at That Park Place, doing live streams every single Tuesday and Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern, right there, right before the Pro Show, and then we hand it off to WWE Pro. And on Tuesdays, right after the Pro Show, well, I'm back on T3PO Live. That's going to be, 3 p.m.
That's a great show.
Wait, or noon Eastern? Anyway, 3 p.m. Eastern, I believe, is what it is. Sorry, I don't even know my own show times right now. But an amazing show. Jay comes on every once in a while to join us, talking about theme parks, talking about all the great, unbelievable news going all over the place. So definitely check us out, that's for sure. And to key in on what you said, Jay, more, Park Hoppin'? Less Park Talkin', I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Ivan?
You can find me here at Park Hoppin'. Check me out on YouTube as well. I'll be bringing on a lot of more epic content, Mega Movie Summer, Universal Studios, Hollywood, and on Instagram as well.
Uncle Ramus keeps saying the world is burning, Jay. Sure. And Krista?
I just want to thank everybody for getting us to 10K on Park Hoppin' TikTok. We're going to be posting some more content on the Instagram, TikTok, and also we hit 4.7K followers on our Twitter. So you can follow us there as well for some postings. So thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thank you guys. You guys have a great one, and we'll see you at the parks. I'm hitting